employment, poverty reduction, federalism, free housing, etc. This is what politicians say when wooing voters during the election season. This is called a platform. These are essentially what our aspiring leaders have to offer to the table. Last February 8 kickstarted the campaign for presidentiables as they held their proclamation rallies in their quest to convince the voters why they are qualified to get the vote for the highest seat of the nation on May 9. So why is a platform important?
So a platform of a political party is very important because it serves as the action plan of a political party.
This is Professor Dennis Coronacion. He is a professor at the University of Santo Tomas and president of the Philippine Political Science Association. He will lead us on a deep dive about how important a platform is for every campaign.
So a platform of a political party is very important because it serves as the action plan of a political party. The purpose of a party is to see to it that it would acquire power by getting elected. And once it's elected, it would like to see to it that its goals for the country are going to be realized. And the program serves as the action plan. Once a certain party is already in power, it will have to go back to its action plan. It will serve as a reference as to what policies the party wants to push through or push for, what programs of government. Say, for example, if a party is ideologically inclined to support the workers, sabihin na natin it's a labor party, and during the campaign, the labor party promised to the voters, a majority of whom are workers, it would see to it that the welfare of the workers is going to be looked after once elected.
The word platform comes from the French word platform, literally meaning platform. Some examples of a platform are: anti-wangwang policy was one of the most notable platforms of the late former President Benigno Aquino III. It aims to restrict the use of sirens and flashing lights of government vehicles as to prevent abusive from politicians. The war against illegal drugs is the famous platform of incumbent President Duterte. This is what made him popular among the masses. His administration aimed to eradicate the illegal drug market in the country. With the PNP backing the initiative, it hoped to suppress drug-related crime and corruption from spreading, focusing state resources to empower law enforcement. Charter Change, also known as Chacha, was a platform that started with former President Ramos and danced around ERAPs, GMAs, and outgoing President Rodrigo Duterte's term. With talks to amend the 1986 Constitution, it aimed to make the Philippines a federal state, decentralizing government institutions and making regions of the country autonomous in terms of laws and some finances. So, what makes a solid platform?
Well, a solid platform can easily be distinguished from a mere rhetoric. Kasi alam naman natin that during elections, politicians are fond of making promises. And most of these promises, especially in our case here in the Philippines, most of these promises would remain empty once they have been elected. You can easily see that most of these promises are empty rhetorics, or if not, motherhood statements. Now, a solid platform is filled with details. Number one, is doable. Number two, it's filled with details. It's a program. A solid platform is presenting a detailed program of what the candidate or the party is going to do once elected.
For the upcoming 2022 elections, presidential aspirants have presented their platforms to the public like Isko Moreno's Bilis Kilos, wherein he plans to implement in the whole Philippines of what he did in Manila as mayor. Manny Pacquiao's promise to give the poor housing if elected president. Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr.'s Uniteam, of which he plans to unite the country if elected. Vice President Leni Robredo's Angat Buhay, wherein she details her plans on how the country can recover from the pandemic. Calio D. Guzman's manggagawa naman policy, which is to make the blue-collar workers a top priority if he becomes president. Ping Lacson's aayusin ng gobyerno, aayusin ng buhay mo, which plans to eliminate corruption and prioritize local industry and prevent importation from killing local merchants and farmers. With the candidates' presentation of their platform, it really helps to take a look at their platforms and where they're coming from to make an informed decision. Every aspirant has their own platforms, but how do we discern if it's a good one or a bad one? Is a platform even important to win an election?
Number one, dapat may impact, direct impact sa buhay ng mga tao. Number two, tingnan natin kasi yung mga politicians, they're fond of coming up with grand plans. Tanong doon is, may pondo ba para dyan? Posible bang mabigyan niya ng pondo ng ating pamalaan? Ngayon kung hambawang grand plan, tapos mukha namang hindi kayang pondohan, medyo mag-isip-isip na tayo. I think for the longest time, the Filipino voters have become more attracted to the personality of the candidates rather than on the platforms that they are presenting. Mas na iintriga sila, mas na-attract sila doon sa yung bang personalidad ng mga kandidato. So more on personality oriented yung ating politics. Masyado tayong na-enamor yung mga voters natin are enamored by the looks, by the personality, by the charm, kung naman tawag mo doon, rather than the platform. The nature of our politics is personality oriented rather than issue oriented. Talagang ang hahanapin natin sa mga kandidato ay yung plano niya. Ano yung kanyang concrete plan? Ano yung plataforma niya pag siya inaupo upang baguhin yung mga kasamaan sa gobyerno natin. We should never go with the flow. The tendency, the general pattern, tumitingin lang kung sino ang charming. Still, it's based on personality. O kaya nasisway ng mga surveys. There's also this bandwagon mentality among Filipino voters, especially toward the end of the campaign period. Pag nakita nila yung kanilang piniling kandidato ay hindi umaangat sa survey, ang gagawin ng mga voters, lilipat doon sa siguradong panalo. That should not be the case. Hindi dapat ganoon. Pag ikaw ay may pinili base sa iyong mga criteria, dapat panindigan mo. Lalo pat ang iyong criteria ay masasabi mo na intelligent selection or choice. If your choice is based on an intelligent choice, then no matter what, matalo manalo yung kandidato mo, iboto mo siya. Kasi ang tingin mo siya ang tama. Huwag kang lilipat from platform-oriented, magiging ka na rin, kagaya ng karamihan ng mga botante na personality-oriented.
Now that we know how to discern the platform of candidates, which platform of the current presidentiables do you find the most effective, realistic, and feasible?